bank licensed by CBN, right?
Correct, sir.
And now you are collecting money for the federal government. There's no work on your own side. Somebody comes with the RRR to your office and say, I want to pay my bill and your license. And then you enter into an agreement with Remita to take 33%. What did you do? Except to use somebody to use your bank and walk in there, and this is automatically dropped at the Remita's account or CBN account. What did you do to earn this money?
So thank you, sir. Thank you, Honorable Sir. So the role of deposit money banks, no, in all of this is to allow our customers, the public customers, use our branches, which we have situated close to them, for them to be able to use our infrastructure.
My brother, listen, I understand all that. Well, here, we understand the process. My question is, do you earn money when you didn't work? If I am able to get the RRR and walk into any bank, license to operate in this country to make money.
Correct, sir.
And you didn't do anything but to collect on behalf of Central Bank, who is your licensor, okay? Then you charge 33% for doing what? That's my question. What did you do? Tell me the function you performed.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir, honorable member. Well, we have a role to play in this ecosystem, right? Because we have our outlet there, our branch there that runs on cost. We have the generator. If you don't have power, if you don't open the branch, you will not be able to do your transaction. We run on generator, and then there is paper. Remember, we print receipts for every transaction we do. There is paper to that. There is ink that we pay for. And then the technology that drives it, and then the officer that processes that transaction.
Did you develop this technology?
No, we did not. But
okay, so why would you say that?
Honorable sir, remember there is a personnel that the bank is paying salary. So these are the things that CBN considered and say, no, if we don't give these banks margin, this TSA regime will not work successfully.
Just to be honest with us, 33% as a contingency.
That's 49.50 kobo, sir. 49.50 kobo.
When you multiply 49.50 kobo times by 3 billion or 3 million people, you know how much money it's called to? Well, one kobo times 1 billion, you know how much it is?
No, sir.
No, don't argue this, because I think sometimes you guys think that those of us sitting over here.
No, honorable sir, it's not per value now. If you do the transaction like 100 in a day, that's 43 naira, 50 kobo.
Times how many people that come to your bank?
How many times customer walking to pay. So it's not by value anymore. It's just trickle.
Chairman, I have a question. Polaris.
Sir.
You know, those of us seated here, we are politicians, according to you people. We don't know anything. Please look at, let's go through 2021 and 2022. Look at the revenue generated. What is it? 245 billion, right? Are you looking at it? I'm correct, sir?
Okay, the revenue, not the...
Look at the revenue generated by the document you submitted now. You even mentioned it when you were reading out this thing. Look at the year 2021. Number of transactions, 152,724. Then look at revenue generated, 245,947. 479,316.09. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Now look at the fee end. Are you there?
Yes.
Now compare it or juxtapose it with 2022. You had less revenue. Less revenue generated, but you had more fee end.
So that's why I'm telling you that it's per account.
That's what I'm saying now. Listen,
It's per account, not value.
Look at it's per account. Okay,
Yes,
now
count, transaction
okay, you have
count.
152 and 188.
Yes.
Okay.
You
Now,
understand
I
it now?
understand
It's
now.
per count, not by value anymore.
Okay.
So if you process 1 trillion naira as one single payment now, you just get 49 naira for 50 kobo.
From the records you submitted, it's only year 2021, 2022. Okay, year 2015, 2017, 2020 does not comply or does not show that it's in line with this ratio you're talking about. Because when you check what you generated and what you earn, it's only in 2021, 2022 that is within the purview of that ratio. Why was it so?
Okay, so as a commercial bank, at any given time, we rely on what the CBN and the system specs Remita have agreed on and configured. So they just tell us this is the fee now. So this document here, it was advised in 2020, right? So, but the charge for earlier years was different. We don't have the document here because it was configured on Remita based on the agreement. So Remita is in a better position and CBN is in a better position to provide that clarification.
So how do you keep track of all TSC transactions that pass through your account?
Okay, so we have the dashboard, we have the platform, so we can download the transaction for certain months. But for those that are past, like these documents, now we rely on system specs to download it from their archive, from their database for us.
So when they download, do you compare, do you reconcile?
So when they download it here, we compare with what we can fetch from the platform. Remember that because of the size of the transaction, so they archive transactions after some years. You understand? So when they download from the archive, we look at those ones we'll be able to generate from our own end and compare what they have sent to us and what we have seen. But month on month, we look at what they sent to us and what we have done on the platform and confirm that it's okay. You know that some of these settlements don't come instantly. They have to go to Accountant General's office, have to approve before they credit us, before they remit fees to stakeholders. So, but what we rely on is transaction count and what they have sent to us.
What year did you get into the CBN Remita platform?
The TSA.
We started 2015, but the percentage sharing that we are referring to that
Now,
changed, which is what our
From
chairman.
2015 to date, how many times has there been changes in the fee agreement?
Oh, okay.
No, I don't have an idea, sir.
You don't have an idea?
Yes, sir.
So if then you entered into an agreement with Remita in 2015 that you will be getting 150 naira per transaction, and all of a sudden you are being paid 300 naira per transaction based on the transactional counts, okay? And you accept without questioning and say, why are we getting more? Is that a good practice?
Honorable member, sir, all the stakeholders in the TSA regime, right, we have good faith in each other's communication. If for any reason there are some changes on the platform, Remita will communicate banks and say, we got this communication from CBN, this is the position now.
It is the sole responsibility of the CBN to communicate
when there are changes.
Yes.
And those changes, you just answered earlier that you don't know how many times from 2015 till date there has been changes. But you are accepting whatever is sent to you in good faith.
Yeah, because we see ourselves as service providers. And we see ourselves as stakeholders in this TSA regime. helping government to mop up funds and to run the federal government. So whatever the CBN decides based on federal government directives, we don't have to question it.
Now, you said earlier that you don't keep any money.
No, sir.
That
We don't
is-
keep money.
I
We don't
agree
keep
with
funds.
you.
Yes, sir.
To an extent. But when a person, a customer, walks into the bank with the RRR and wants to pay 200,000 naira to Federal Housing Authority at the TSA account, and you credit that amount, you receive that amount they give you and credit immediately. Is that true?
Yes, sir. The teller will collect the fund, process the payment on Remita platform.
Okay.
Then Remita will debit the bank's position for that fund you have collected. Remember,
So you have an account with Remita.
no. We don't have an account with Remita. So okay, see the way it works. The CBN, the integration we have with Remita can debit account in our bank, including the teller still account. So every teller have till, right? So now as a teller, if you come to me, I collect 20,000 naira from you and process on Remita. Once that transaction notifies Remita as a successful transaction, Remita will come to me because I've already profiled myself on Remita. Remita will come to my till and debit that 20,000 naira.
Okay.
And process the payment.
Let's hear from Esusa.
Good morning, Chairman. I'm Honorable Esusa Yahweh from Edo State. Polaris Bank, you believe that we are under oath here. You have the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran. And Chairman had asked you if you have any MD accounts tied to your bank. And you have said no. The deadline given for CBN for all banks to transfer all the MD's accounts to the TSA was September 15th, 2015. Before that deadline, did you have any accounts still in your bank after that deadline? After that deadline, did you still have any account running? And if you did, I believe you would need a waiver for you to run any MD accounts for the federal government. Did you have a waiver to run that account? And if you did not, I believe you have to pay a penalty to CBN for exceeding that deadline. Did you pay the deadline fee or sanction to CBN? Those are my few questions.
Good morning, honorable members. Yes, I think there was a committee of the National Assembly that was set to look into this, and I believe that was closed. There were a few accounts at the time that were not closed prior to that deadline, but were later transferred. There were small amounts. The amounts were eventually transferred.
When you say small amount, what do you mean?
I don't have the details here, but like I said, there was another committee that had the hearing on that, and I believe those issues were resolved and reconciled. I don't have the details. Yeah.
I think you didn't answer our question here.
His question was, sorry, his question was before
Sir, wait.
Oh, okay.
The question was, you were on oath, right?
Yes, I am.
And the question he asked was, at the date that CBN gave you,
Yes.
to make sure there was no longer any account belonging to either the ministry, MDAs, or parastatals in your account, did you follow that deadline? And if you did not follow, whether the account was zero amount or 1 naira or 2 naira, did you pay a penalty for violating that deadline? And if you did, when did you pay it?
Honorable member, honestly, I can't answer those questions. I know that there were a few exceptions that were eventually transferred, but the other questions, I don't have answers to them right now.
Let me in fact, I'm still the deputy chairman of that committee that investigated the compliance with deadline as regarding TSA. That's why we should be very careful when we say certain things on oaths. Because I know there's a report about your bank or the compliance level of your bank. And you can't come here and tell us your claim. We found people wanting in certain areas. There are some MDA's accounts that weren't, remitted or transmitted within the stipulated time, and people did not pay the consequent penalties. So, but that's a different job for that. It was a different assignment for that committee. But next time, don't appear on oath and begin to tell us things you know that are not correctly the position. Thank you.
Polaris Bank. There are other information or document that we require you to submit to this honorable committee. The transaction counts. We want to know the details, the transaction dates, the agency code, the agency name, the RRR number, payer's name, revenue stroke, service description, revenue code, TSC account number, transaction amount, and charges. I repeat, items, I think it's applicable to all the banks, so that I will not repeat it again. Items required, because we discovered that they were not submitted by any of the bank. On the transaction counts, transaction dates, agency code, agency name, RRR number, payer's name, revenue stroke service description, revenue code, TSA account number, transaction amount, the charges. I should take it again? We're good. All right. Honorable colleagues, if there is no further question for Polaris.
Chairman, before you I wanted to put this on the record that Polaris was notified that they are on oath, and they had the opportunity of disclosure, full disclosure, and that though my learned friend has indicated that he participated in the ad hoc committee investigation as to compliance with deadlines as required by the CBN. That unfortunately, this was not disclosed. That the information they gave us was that they complied from January 2015 until date. So we just wanted to take the notice of that. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Polaris Bank, you want to make a comment?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, sir. Okay, so this detail you've asked us to provide further, for what period of coverage, sir?
Okay, 2015 to
2022.
2022. And we need them in soft copy. You can make them available to the Secretariat in soft copies. Thank you.